Hi there, how are you today? So this video is really focusing on strengthening the leg muscles to really help the knees. So to really help the knees. I've got a few people at the moment who I'm teaching on in some one-to-one sessions because they've got some issues with the knees and so whether it's a little bit of arthritis or just a little bit of weakness and recovering from injury. So this session is all about really strengthening around the quads in particular, but we're going to work through this, and obviously it goes without saying that if you have got any knee issues, then I do hope that you're speaking to a healthcare professional, physio, your doctor, for example, and you're given the go-ahead to try something like this. So we're going to start off though by lying down. Let's just start by lying down and then just bringing the knees in towards the chest. Just bringing the knees in towards the chest and then massaging the lower back into the ground, and then just bringing the feet down onto the floor. And having the feet far enough away from the body so that if you give your legs a little bit of a wobble, you can feel a wobble. If they're too close, then there's a bit of a restriction there. And particularly if you've got issues with the knees, you might not be able to get them close anyway. So just give yourself some space. That's the main thing, giving yourself some space. And just allowing yourself to settle at first. So bringing the chin into the chest slightly to lengthen the back of the neck, and then bringing the head from side to side to release the neck. And just closing the eyes just for a few moments, not for too long. We're going to get into it. I know you're keen, but let's just settle down, just getting into the body. So just feeling the weight of the body on the ground. And just visualize or imagine, if you will, a leaf which is just floating down. It's just fallen off a tree. And with every exhalation, you become that leaf, just releasing down, 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 down into the earth. Tuning into the breath, breathing in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Just do one more of those. And then starting to become aware of the legs now. I'm just going to do some simple movements. And all we're going to do is we're just going to, with the right leg, start on the right side. And we're just going to keep the right heel down. And we're going to straighten that leg along the ground. So ever so slowly. And then we're just going to bring that foot in towards the body as far as close as it'll come. And then once more, just moving down, just pressing that leg away, just pressing the back of the knee into the ground. And then coming all the way back again. So being really mindful of the quad on the right side, just pressing that leg away. And it's better actually if you've got a bit of a slidey mat. This mat feels a bit sticky to me. It's a sticky yoga mat, and which is great for things like downward dog, but for the time being, I'd rather my heels slid rather than stuck every second. But so just feeling into this quad. So it looks actually quite benign, and but hopefully by now you're beginning to feel what this is like in the quad. So we're just becoming aware of the quad, and then we're going to bring that right knee into the body. And if you've got if you have got knee issues, then hold behind the knee. So hugging that knee in towards the chest and then straightening that left leg out. So we come into this single leg lock. It's just to help release. And then we're going to come on to the other side. So going to release that right foot down. And then just as we did before, we're going to straighten out, but this time the left leg. So straighten out that left leg, left heel drags along the ground, then comes all the way back. So going ever so slowly. So it's all about it's gently exercising the thigh, but at the same time it's becoming really aware of it. We're bringing the awareness into the quad in particular. And so we're really tuning in now to the intelligence of the body. So if we become aware, because sometimes we get a little bit weak on different parts of the body, and that weakness, it might be because of lack of awareness more than anything. And then in everyday life, if you're aware of it, then you start to use it a bit more, start to become a bit more engaged with it. But you probably feel this. So if you're just watching this video rather than practicing it, you're probably thinking, well, that looks easy. But it's not. It's definitely feeling in the thigh. And if you are watching it rather than practicing it, well done you, because I really don't think that yoga is a spectator sport. I tried to watch yoga once and it just wasn't that thrilling for me. And then from there, let's just bring that left knee into the chest. Again, holding behind the knee rather than around it, particularly if you've got any knee issues. Just to help to release that hip. And then from there, we're going to bring that left foot down. And we're going to go on to the right side now. So we're going to bring that right knee into the chest. We're going to straighten that right leg up into the air. And so this gives you a really nice opening in the back of that, the right knee, back of the right knee. And then, as long as you're okay with this, just gently lower down. And we're going to go down ever so slowly. So I'll count from 10. I think we're on about 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keeping that lower back pressed into the ground, 2, 1, hovering that leg off the ground, and then bringing the foot into the body, then the knee into the chest, and straighten out that leg. So if there's any pain that's unbearable, don't force any way through it. But you can see I've got a straight leg, and then we're going to lower it down. If there's any issues in the lower back here, then maybe you can just bend the knee slightly, but we're trying to keep that leg straight. And we'll just lower that down. So we're just going to do a total of 3 of these, keeping that lower back pressed into the ground, and then just bringing that foot in towards the body, and then the knee in towards the chest, and then once more, just really pressing. So you can see I'm pressing my heel up into the air. And we're really opening the back, because if you've got issues with the knee, you tend to lose a little bit of the ability to straighten the leg. So we're just encouraging that. And then we're going to float that leg down. So it's a count of 10. I think I'm going quite fast actually. So take your time. So this is, you can do this in your own time. You can go as slow as you like. And then from there, just bringing that knee back into the chest, and then just enjoy this opening up at the back of the hip. Just give it a rest, and then we're going to come on to the other side. And then so from here, we're going to bring in the knee, the heel towards the body. This is on the left side now. Left knee towards the chest, and then straighten that left leg out. So how does that feel? And then lower it down ever so slowly. No issues with the back, by the way, keeping the lower back pressed into the ground. Count of 10, we're on about 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, -1. Keeping that heel hovering off the ground and then bringing that heel back in towards the body, knee towards the chest, and then straighten that leg out. Really nice. Oh my word. And you can see my toes are coming towards the body, so we've got a little cheeky stretch on the calf as well. So I always like to try to get the maximum opening in the body as much as you can when you being mindful. So we're lowering that leg down. We're on about 4/10 of the way down at the moment. Maybe we're heading towards 8/10, and then just hovering off the ground and then floating that foot back, the heel back, and then the knee comes into the chest, and then once more pressing that leg up into the air. Really, really nice. Just really holding it there. Heel presses up, toes come down, and then we're floating. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, and then bringing that heel towards the body, and then hugging that knee in towards the chest, and then bringing the other knee in to join it, just massaging the lower back into the ground. And it's really nice. So we started to activate the thighs there, and we're going to come into another position now, and so we might split up a little bit here. We're going to give you two choices. So because essentially, I'll just demonstrate first of all. We're going to come into this assisted boat. So you need some abdominal strength for this assisted boat. And then we're going to bring those feet up into the air, and then I'm going to cross my left ankle onto my right, and then we're going to just pulse up and down. So this is getting right into my right quad, and then we're just going to swap over to the other side, and this is getting into the left quad. So it's quite strong, and it's only to be done if you know you're okay. You can explore it, by the way. Do explore it, and if it's too much, you know, remember, no sharp pains are allowed. So you can either do it like that, or hang on there a minute, because I'm going to bring a chair in. So the trusty chair, and so what we're going to do here, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to be sat up, and then we're going to just straighten the legs out, and then, so first of all, we're going to bring the left ankle onto that right foot, and then we're going to pulse it a few times. So again, it gets right into the quads. Maybe you can make it a bit more tricky by sitting on the edge of the seat, and then you can go the other way around. So whichever one you want to try, just give either of these a go. So, but for those masochists out there, I'm going to do it in this assisted boat. You get a bit of heat going as well. Actually, whichever one you do, you get a bit of heat going. So let's give this a go. So either on a chair or in this assisted boat, we're going to just place that left ankle over the right leg, and you can really feel as you're pressing up with the right leg and pressing down with the left, you're pulsing. Oh my word. Oh my word. And let's just swap sides. We're going to go straight into the second side. So right ankle over the left, pulsing up and down. The quads are on fire. Woo! And then release. Let's lie down. Oh my word. Ah. Just enjoy that feeling, that release. And isn't it amazing, once we've done some physical work like that, that's quite strenuous, that we can just allow the body to relax into the ground. Because the exercise is one thing, you know, definitely it's good to exercise and build up strength and explore the body, explore our own physical edges, where we are, you know, and if we go over the edge, then we just come back a little bit more. So that's good, but equally, these exercises help to relax the body too. So relaxation is absolutely fantastic. So do feel free to relax, but we're not going to relax for too long, of course. We're going to move this on now. So we did some work there in the abdomen, in the quads, probably in the lower back. You may have felt it. And to counterpose that, we're going to just bring the arms out to the side. Bring the arms out to the side. Feet hip width apart. And then taking a breath in. And as you exhale, the knees come down to the right side. And inhale, the knees come up. And exhale, down to the left. So we're going to move the knees up and down, really nice. Just moving the knees up and down, and then just feeling this into the spine. And again, it's worth saying, and but I do hope you're listening to your own body. But you know, if it doesn't feel right, if it's too much, then don't go as far. Don't go as far. Just be explorative about it. Explore what works, what doesn't. And over time, the body might open up a little bit more. But don't be forcing anything by any means. Don't try to get the legs down to the ground if they're not going to go there naturally. So it's time and gravity that will sort of allow it to happen. And then next time the knees are on the left, we're going to inhale them up. And once more, hugging the knees into the chest. And then we're going to just bring the feet down onto the ground. So this is the last posture we're going to do on our backs. And so feet down onto the ground. And we're going to come into bridge. And the palms are facing down. The palms are facing down. And we're going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're just going to tilt the tailbone under. And release. So exhale, tilt, and release. So just keep moving with that, with the breath. So it's hardly any movement at all. Just on the exhalation. And then once you start to get into this, so it's the abdominals which are doing the work, mainly probably. But then start to, as you do that next time round, just engage the quads. So pressing the quads into as well, so it's engaging them. So you've got the abdomen and the quads, and then the pelvic floor or perineum. That's engaged too. So we're just really starting to speak to all of these muscle groups in the body. So again, developing this bodily intelligence. Just making sure there's no sort of muscles in there which are going along for the ride. Get them involved. Make them part of the team. I'm also available for motivational speeches. And then just release from there. And then this time, as you breathe in, it's going to come all the way up into bridge pose, really pressing the feet into the ground. And as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, we sink down. So it's the abdominal strength and the abdominal intelligence to keep the tailbone tucked under as you come down. And then as you breathe in, Going to come all the way back up again. So it's just encouraging the body to start communicating with the brain, or the brain communicating with the body. It's a two-way street. And then the quads are engaged as well. The quads are involved in this. Really nice. The buttocks are engaged. So just really playing around with this. Pelvic floor, perineum. And then next time you're up, we're going to stay up. And just make sure we're not really coming into a full bridge where we're pressing the hips up too far. But we're going to have a straight line. Just have a quick check. See if you've got a straight line from the knees to the hips to the shoulders. And then once you're in this position, relax the buttocks. And just notice what happens. First of all, it's like, what's he saying? Relax the buttocks. What's he on about? Well, yeah, do it. Just relax the buttocks. And then just feel that weight coming into the quads. And just check out whether you've got even weight distribution, right side, left side in the quads. Just relax the buttocks again, then maybe they start to engage. So this is a bit of a thing to practice. And then bring in as much weight as possible onto the right foot. And then as much weight as possible onto the left side. And then just bring in the even weight distribution right to left. That's really nice. Oh my word. And then just release down. Release down. And then just bringing the knees into the chest. And the chest towards the knees. Keeping the chin tucked under. Well, tucked into the chest. And then let's roll over onto the right hand side. And coming all the way up. So we're going to come all the way up. So here we are. We're going to just on all fours. Abdomen is nicely engaged. So in yoga, it's the sort of lower abdomen is the Uddiyana Bandha. And then the pelvic floor region is the Mula Bandha. So just slightly engaging these. It gives you a bit of core strength and stability. So yoga was there first, remember? Remember that, kids? Yoga knew about core strength even before core strength knew about core strength. And then we're just rocking backwards and forwards. And then just coming into stillness. And then as you exhale, we're going to arch the back like an angry cat. And then you're going to lift the chest, lift the sitting bones. So we're not throwing the head back too much. We're keeping the neck nicely in line with the spine. So as you exhale, just really feel as if the back is lengthening. And as you inhale, just feel like the front of the body is lengthening. It's really good. And then so you can do that just a few times just to really get into the movement in the spine. And then bringing the back into a flat position and into a neutral position. And then, so we're going to come up into downward facing dog. And then just walking out the dog a few times. And we're going to try this out, see how you get on with this. So we're going to just bring all the weight first of all onto the left side and raise that right leg. So we're going to come into a tripod and you'll feel this really nice opening through the back of the calf. And release that down. And let's come on to the other side. So lift up and then the calf and the right side
Feels really nice and open, keeping the chest pressed back towards the knees. And release. And then coming down onto all fours. And if it's okay with you, then sitting back into child's pose. So you can either sit back onto the heels, or if there's restricted mobility in the knees, you can just rest in the forehead down onto the stacked fists. So come down as far as is comfortable for you. And then from here, we're going to come up onto all fours. And we're going to just press in that right leg back. So straightening that right leg, keeping the toes tucked under, and really feel as if you're engaging the quad. So lifting the kneecap. That's good. And you probably feel the abdomen engaged, the torso, the face is facing down towards the floor. And then we're going to lift up. So lift up that leg. So we're starting off on the right side. See how you get on with there. Abdomen is engaged. So we've got the right leg back and the left arm forward. So this is really turns into a superhero posture. Kneecap lifted, quad engaged. It's really good to generate some heat. And then we're going to come down, just release that. And then let's come on to the other side. So straighten that left leg, toes tucked under, toes on the ground to start with, engaging that quad. And then lift. Abdomen is engaged there, it just gets engaged. We're communicating with the body, it's communicating with us. And then we reach forward with the opposite arm. So it's left leg back, right arm forward, go across the body. Really nice, nose pointing down. And then release. And we're going to tuck the toes under, fingertips come into the ground, and then we're going to just fold forward in this ragdoll forward bend. Really nice ragdoll forward bend. Knees are nicely bent. It's nothing to do with the hamstrings. It's all about releasing the back. Really, really nice. Releasing through the back. And then to come up from this, we're going to engage the thighs, the glutes, the pelvic floor, lower abdomen, and lift. So we're using all of those muscle groups as we lift up. And if there's any dizziness, then keeping the chin tucked in and just being nice and soft in the body. Okay, that's really good. So we're in this standing position and we're really working on the legs today. And so you can pick and choose, by the way, in these postures. You can try, just give it a go. You can either do the whole session in one go, or we can split it up. But we're going to come into chair now. So when we're in chair, we're just going to sink down and just make sure that the knees, just look down and the knees aren't coming beyond the toes. And then we're going to just bring the arms forward, and we're tucking the tailbone under as well. So the backside might be sticking out, but we're tucking the tailbone under, and then we're sinking down a bit more. And then we're just checking out the weight distribution, right side, left side. So bringing all the weight onto the right leg, or most of the weight. Oh, and then over to the left leg. Oh my word, how is that feeling in the knee, in the quads? And then release. So you're on both sides, equal weight distribution. And then coming up ever so slowly. Breathing in and then exhaling, coming all the way back down again, as far as you'll go. But remember, tucking the tailbone under, equal weight distribution, checking the knees aren't coming beyond the toes. Lots to think about. And if you want it to be really crazy, you can reach the arms up into the air. So this really turns it into a humdinger of a posture. And then just release all the way up. Well done. Really nice. Coming up nice and slowly, by the way. So you see some people in my yoga classes, they come up like a jack in the box. So that's not what that's not what we're about. And then just let's move in the hips a few times. That's good. Just moving the hips round. So it's just mobilizing, just a bit of mobility. It might feel quite nice, it's gentle in-betweener. And just shaking out the legs. Okay, and then this is a posture that I stole from a Qigong session. So we're going to bring both knees together, both feet together, legs together. Just gently resting the hands. We're not pressing the hands down. It's like we're kind of transferring the heat only from the hands to the knees. And then we're going to just circle the knees round. So we're going to circle them one way for a few goes. So just how does this feel? Just be mindful of this. Lubricating the joints. And then let's just move them the other way around. That's good. And then we can do this if you wanted to. I don't think this is a yoga or a Qigong posture. It's just me proving that I can do the Charleston. And then just standing up. That's good. Okay. So we're just going to try a couple of balances now. Let's try a couple of balances. And so the main thing with balances is that so we're going to be on one leg at a time, and we're not locking the knee shut. We're not locking the knee by any means. There's a bit of softness in the knee, so that's important. Because then by having the softness in the knee, it's encouraging all the muscles to get involved rather than letting the kind of knee lock to hold us up. So softening the knee and then just bringing all the weight. I quite like to start on the less dominant side. So all the weight comes onto the less dominant leg. So for me, I'm right-legged, right-handed, so I'm going to bring all the weight onto the left foot. And then again, there's a nice softness in that standing leg. Well, there's strength, but there's, you know, the knee's slightly bent. And then just going to bring that leg out to the side, the right leg out to the side, and then all the way back again. And then coming back again. Ooh, maybe you can hold it there. Feel the burn. And then once more. Out to the side, so these lateral leg lifts, challenging the balance, and then release. And let's transfer the weight immediately onto the opposite side. Again, softness in the knee, encourages the muscles to get involved with the game. And then leg out to the side, this lateral leg lift, and then release. So yeah, Jane Fonda used to do this in the 70s, I believe, but she used to be lying down on her side, so you can do that if you wanted to. But since we stood up, we might as well give it a go. So lift up and then just hold it there, just explore how long you can hold it for. Just develop a bit of strength. It's all about having a bit of a play, isn't it? Having a look in the sea. And then release down. And once more. Just moving around a few times, just lubricating those joints. We've done quite a bit of work in today's session. It's quite strong at times. So yeah, just as I say, pick and choose a few postures or do them all in one session if you're feeling brave enough.
And then we're gonna, so the balances haven't ended there, by the way. So we're gonna come into one more balance. And again, so yeah, with balances, it's we're not locking the knee. We're being relaxed in the body. We're being relaxed in the body, relaxed in the mind. We're letting go of the grip, aren't we, when it comes to it. And then we just focus on something which isn't moving, our drishti, our sort of focal point, soft gaze at something. So first of all, transferring all the weight onto the less dominant leg, and then we're going to just bring that knee up as high as it'll come. So as high as it'll come for you, it's absolutely fine. And again, if it's too much around the knee, holding behind the knee. And then from there, let's see if we can get the ankle and then just bring it behind. And you can see my knees are together. We don't want to be having the knees separated. We don't want to be twisting the knee. And if you need a wall, just lean on a wall. That's absolutely fine. And and the thing is with this is that, so it's quite nice. We've done a lot of work on the quads today. So it's about just opening up the quad. And if you can tuck the tailbone under, you can start to feel that. It's lovely opening. This is great. I do this after I've been on a run to open up the quads, tucking the tailbone under to get the most out, squeezing the most out of this posture, and then release from there. All of the weight comes onto the other side, and again, just soften the knee, and then lifting that other knee up, holding onto it. Being really inner smile at all times. Remember, don't forget the inner smile. And then, because look what happens, inner smile turns into an outer smile. And then before you know it, the whole world is smiling with you. Could be a song in there somewhere. And then just holding onto the ankle, and just bringing that ankle behind, knees together. Holding onto a wall or an imaginary wall. Imaginary walls are very good, very lightweight. So it's always worth having an imaginary wall around in your top pocket. Tucking the tailbone under to really engage with this. The quad, softening that standing leg. An open heart. And then release from there. Just do a bit more of this. A bit more of this. This is just to transpose it. And just finally, I've done quite a bit of work tonight on the strengthening side, or work today on the strengthening side. And just going to do a little bit of a movement now, and I'm just going to try this out before we come into a final relaxation. And there will be a final relaxation, by the way, if you click the link somewhere. And so we're just going to bring this. It's got a bit of a sun salutation vibe, this. And so the idea is to come to the front of the mat, palms together, and then as you breathe in, reaching up, arms come out to the side, open the chest. As you exhale, soften the knees, leading with the elbows, coming all the way down, really, really soft knees, really bent. And then we're going to fingertips on either side of the toes, looking forward slightly. And then from there, we're going to step as far back as we can, both knees bent. And we're just going to hover that back knee off the ground. So we're not touching the ground, absolutely not. No, we're just going to hover it off the ground. And then stepping forward, looking forward again, fingertips down, and then the opposite leg. So stepping back as far as you can, and then knees are bent, but back knee is hovering off the ground. That's good. And then just stepping forward, folding into the legs. Just ragdoll forward bend. You can see how bent my knees are. Belly is resting on the thighs. Shrugging the shoulders, shrugging the head. And then to come out of this, engage the thighs,
the glutes, the pelvic floor, lower abdomen. Engage anything that can be engaged and lift, and the quads come into play as well. They're the hero of today. And then open up any dizziness, keeping the chin tucked in. Open the chest. And then bringing the hands back into prayer position. Really nice. So, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. It's very strong on the quads. Do see if you can run through the whole practice a few times, or pick and choose. It's always good to pick and choose different things. If you did like the video today, do subscribe, do comments. If you got any questions, then let me know. So there you go. And I'd really recommend the best bit of any yoga practice for me, and a lot of people come to my sessions for this, is the relaxation at the end. So I'd encourage you to click the link somewhere on this screen and get onto the relaxation. It's a relaxation on it's only about 10 minutes long, and it's about chakra awareness, and we're going to go through the colours of the chakras and then into a healing sort of process there, which will really help to seal the session today. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.